it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Can you guys believe that we're basically halfway through 2021? It's just wild to me. But since we are officially basically halfway through the year, I thought it would be nice and keep me accountable if I did a little goal check-in with you guys and kind of talk about my plans for the rest of the year, if my goals have changed, and what I still need to accomplish, basically. So in my planner, I write down every year a list of dreams that I want to accomplish and a list of goals that I want to accomplish. I separate them because dreams are things that I want but I cannot control, and goals are things that I can like actively make steps to achieve, right? So for 2021, I had 14 goals, and a lot of these are goals that are kind of like things that I'm just gonna have to check off at the end of the year. Like, for example, feel more confident in my body. Yes, I think that's true, but I have to wait until like December to check that off because I want to make sure that's something I carry with me through all 12 months of the year, right? So there's a lot of little like health goal things like that I'm not going to be worried about right now. What I'm more concerned with is the reading and writing goals. Because I didn't know how my health was going to go, I only gave myself 2 writing goals this year, and that was to finish my first draft of The Odd Book, which I did. It's the only goal I've accomplished so far this year. I finished that for camp in April, and yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I'm proud that I finished it. It's a hot mess, but it's finished. And then my second goal I am still gonna work on, hopefully in the next half of the year, is either drafting a new novel or revising The Odd Book. And when I say drafting a new novel, I mean I want a completed first draft of a new novel, or I want to be working on the second draft of The Odd Book. That is a great transition into how I'm kind of updating my goals for the rest of the year. I still am going to achieve this, but I have, I think, more specific goals that I can set now that I kind of know how I'm doing and where things are going this year. I do plan on completing a first draft of Project Pyro, which is my YA thriller that I'm working on right now. I'm currently 9 chapters in, and I have 27 chapters planned. So I'm in it, like we're doing the thing. And with any luck, I should be able to complete that by December, hopefully. Even like if I have like a terrible health the rest of the year, I still should be able to complete that. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood. Now my goal for this is that I really would like to have a completed first draft of this by the end of August, by like the end of summer. I think that that's doable. But then, like, you know, I'm me and I really want to set myself a more stringent goal, and I kind of want to complete this for Camp Nano in July. I don't know if I can do that, folks. I'm just like, I finished The Odd Book in camp of April, so I'm like, oh, let's do it again. Let's do it for this book too. But this book is a little bit more complicated and it has more chapters involved, and I was already halfway through The Odd Book when I started camp. I'm not gonna be halfway through this book when camp hits. I don't know. I'm nervous, but I want to try to do it. I want to try to challenge myself, and I will probably fail dismally, but at least I gave it my all. Gosh darn it. So yeah, fake goal the end of July, real goal the end of August. And for the other half of this original goal, which is either draft a new novel and or revise The Odd Book or Tobe, I want to be in revisions on draft 2 of either The Odd Book or my thriller Project Pyro. I don't really care which project it's on. I just want to make sure I am taking the next step with one of these books. I think it's going to depend on a lot of like project stuff. I'm on submission right now, so everything's kind of up in the air. You never know what is gonna be my next project that's needed. So yeah, I want to be in Act 2 of a second draft of one of these projects, because then I will feel like I'm moving forward, I'm accomplishing things, and we're good to go. Now let's talk about reading goals, shall we? Because reading is part of writing, you guys. It is definitely like research for my career. so I'm including it in this video. My first reading goal that I set for myself was that I wanted to reread 15 books. And so far I have reread 10 out of 15. So I'm not at all worried about that. I actually still have quite a few books that I plan to get to this year that I'm gonna reread. So I actually might even exceed this goal, so. And then my next goal was to read all the books on my physical TBR at home that I had since the beginning of the year. So books that I bought since January, I'm not counting. But the ones that were already on there, we are counting. And there were 13 of those, and I have read 7 of the 13. So just about half. I'm happy with that. It is gonna be a challenge because physically reading is hard for me. My husband was really nice and looked on Amazon and found me like a book holder so I don't have to like use my neck or my shoulders when holding up a book. It's amazing. I've been reading so far and it's been great. Maybe now that I have that, I will actually be able to read my physical TBR a lot faster. And my TBR is small anyway. Like, I never let myself have more than 25 unread books on my shelf just because that's very overwhelming for me. So having 13, getting that down, I'm definitely gonna be able to do it. Definitely. It also helps that the majority of books that I read nowadays is from my library or from the Libby app on my phone, which is the library essentially. So that really helps keep the TBR tight, man. All right, and next I wanted to read 10 or more thrillers off of my Goodreads TBR. Now my Goodreads TBR is just like everything that I thought sounded good at one point, I put it on there. Recently, I've really been keeping that well organized. Like, I purge it a lot, things I'm not interested in reading anymore. But the thing is, I have like 102 books on there now after doing like some intense purging. And a large majority of those are thrillers. And I'm really interested in a lot of them, but I just gotta get through them. I gotta get through them. So I set myself a goal that I was at least gonna read 10 thrillers off of that list. And so far, I've read 6 out of the 10 I set for myself. Really happy about that. And yeah, thrillers go fast, man. They're just like cotton candy. They're like there and they're gone. I can usually finish them in a day or two, so that's good. I'm not worried about this goal at all. Okay, and then from then on out, it gets a little bit messier. My next goal was to either read or purge from the list all the books on my Goodreads TBR that I added in 2018 or earlier. I mentioned this a long time ago, but if I have a book on my TBR that has been on there for 3 years or more, I either need to read it or get it off the list because there's like no, for me, there's no excuse for that. It means I've lost interest and it's just sitting there, or I'm putting it off for something else, so it probably needs to go. So I had 8 books on my Goodreads TBR that I had put on there in 2018. I didn't have any earlier because I set this goal every year. So like last year, it was like read all the books set in 2017 or earlier, 2016 and earlier. So we're moving up. We're moving up in the order, people. So we've got to read all the 2018 books that I have left over that I have not gotten to yet. And I had 8. And I've only read 3 of the 8. And we've kind of ran into a problem. And that problem is the 5 books that are left. My Libby app does not have an audiobook form. They either only have them in ebook form or they have them in like physical copy. That's a little bit more scary. That is going to complicate some things. But like I said, I have my new little reading stand holder thing, my pulpit, we'll call it. And I think that will help. I think that will make that doable. This one's just going to be a bit more of a struggle, but with a push, I think we can overcome. Oh, and then these last 2 are like abysmal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wanted to read 2021 new releases. I've read 4. I don't know what's up. I have no excuse. I always do a really good job on reading new releases, but I'm not doing a good job of it this year. I think I'm being more choosy this year, and there are maybe more books that are backlisted I'm more interested in. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But I need to be doing better because I think it is really important if you want to be a professional writer to keep up with all of the new releases and know what's happening like in your genre and outside your genre, the norms, what's selling, what's marketable. I just think it's important. Hold me accountable, folks. And last but not least, I mean, maybe least, I wanted to read 100 books this year. I read 100 books last year, but it was super easy because I really didn't write that much last year. And this year I am. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit this goal. I really want to. But so far I've only read 33 books this year. I had read like double by this time last year. Oh well, it's fine. I've accomplished a lot this year. If I'm not reading, it's okay. We have to make room. Things have to adjust. I'm trying to justify this. It's fine. It's fine. So that was my check-in of my reading and writing goals, including my Camp Nano plans, everything I got going on, everything I still need to do. Pray for me. Let me know how you guys are doing on your 2021 goals down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.